Welcome to this video on creating commissions for your properties. If you have not yet seen the previous video on setting up your commissions, please watch that before this video. Before we get started, let's review what we did in our last video. Here you can see we made our two-tier plan. We have the 60/40 and 80/20 items, as well as the two fees that will go into this plan. We assigned that plan to agents and teams, and right now we're going to create a new commission for one of our properties. So we'll do that by going to the Commissions tab, clicking New. We can enter the name. Let's say that it's going to be 963 Palm Drive. Click Save. And now we'll enter in the basic information. And now we'll go ahead and enter in some of these other fields right here. First, we'll want to select the escrow company. And when we click that, it'll pull up the list of all of the customers that we have input into our database. If we want to create a new customer, we can click this new button right here. Or we can stick, let's say, with First American Title, who we have already input into the system. And the sales price, let's say, is $500,000. And the buyer, let's say we've already put him into the system as well. It's going to be Jeremy Martin. Okay, so the earnest money deposit, if you, the brokerage, receives the earnest money deposit, you'll want to put in the amount right here. If the EMD gets sent to a third party, such as the escrow company, then you would leave this blank. That's very important. But let's assume that we are receiving a deposit as a brokerage. Go ahead and click this field, and it will open up the payment. As you can see, it's getting paid out to us, Fuser Real Estate, from Jeremy Martin, the customer. And if we put in, let's say it's a check, we'll put in the check reference number, 10022, theoretically, and the payment amount, which will be, say, $1,000, will be taken out of the receivable and be calculated automatically. So we can save this, and now everything on the deposit end is done, except for the physical transfer of funds across bank accounts. Account Fusion is a comprehensive accounting system, but it does not sync to your bank accounts. So you will want to make sure that you physically transfer funds from account to account. Now that we're ready to go into our commission details, let's go down here, where we can enter in the agent or team working on the project. Let's select James Thompson, who we assigned the 2-year plan to. If for some reason this plan needs to be changed to another plan, we can click the drop-down and select another plan right there. The percentage and commission fees refer to the calculation for the gross commission income. Let's say that in this case, it's going to be 3% of the sales price right here, and that James is representing the listing side. Okay, and so now we have all of the commission details right here. Remember that the commission plan goes from top to bottom. So first we start out taking fees from the top, and then the gross commission income gets updated as we go down until we get to the agent commission split, who then receives the remaining total. So as we see here in the commission plan, we see all the office fees, our 60/40 plan, because James has not yet reached the item cap amount for this. Once he does, it'll be switched to the 80/20 item. Then we also have our 2 flat fees right here, and the agent commission split at the bottom with James. Now, let's say in this case that James doesn't receive 100%, but that he also worked with another agent. Let's say that it was Lisa. And so let's say that Lisa helped out and she received 10% and a fee of $50 for doing some paperwork. Now, these red boxes are coming up because these percentages need to equal 100. So I'll go right here, put in 90. And what this is doing is it's saying, okay, Lisa is receiving $50 from this gross agent commission. And then after that $50 is taken out, James receives 90% and Lisa receives 10%. Okay. And so what you'll notice here in the fees, this 225 fee is split up by percentage. So that means that it is being taken out of James. So that means that 90% is being taken away from James and 10% is being taken away from Lisa. However, this admin fee is being applied to each. And so you can see the $100 right here is being taken equally from the agents. Okay. And then if we wanted to add a new detail for another agent or team on a different commission plan or representing the buyer side, we could do that as well by clicking Add New Detail. Now let's spice things up just a little bit more, and let's say that there's a listing referral fee that we want to take out before anyone receives any commissions. We can do that in the pre-commission plan. We can enter a new contact here, or let's say that we already have James Fredman, who has been working with us before, and we can enter a description such as listing referral, and let's say the total listing fee is $300. Okay, as you can see, that's calculated, and the net commission income drops to $14,700 after the listing referral. Okay, let's say we also want to add a transaction coordinator fee that comes in before the agents receive their commissions. We can do that in the pre-agent commission split. Let's select Todd Mathers from TC Real Estate. Let's call this simply a transaction coordinator fee, and we'll set that for $250. So now you'll see that after I've added these fees, the agent commissions went down slightly, and everything there looks good to go. After you review all of your commission details and all of your information at the top and everything looks good, you can go ahead into this menu and click Create Transaction. Once the transaction is created, the status is switched to close and you can no longer edit the commission information. In the next video, we'll go over how to view this commission inside the Transactions tab and how to make and receive payments.